Good morning, everyone. So today we'll be learning the concept of conditional statements. Conditional statements are the statements which runs based on the condition. If it is true, it executes it. If it is false, it won't execute. Conditional statements are supported in most of the languages and the syntax are almost similar. In conditional statements, we have simple statement, if else statement, and switch statement. These are the major things what you listen in many languages. Some languages might support, some languages might not support. The concepts which I'll be discussing, that is conditional statements, is supported in C, C++, Java, C hash, JavaScript. These are the major languages which the syntax is very similar. No changes in the working, no changes in the syntax. So having mentioned very clearly on this one, this will be a three-part video. First video we will be discussing on the simple if. Second video will discuss in detail about if-else statement. And at last we'll try to discuss on switch statement. Okay, so these are the languages which is supports it. So the first video will continue in the same one. It's not that we'll be having the other. Simple if statement. So before we begin with simple if statement, we need to know about conditional operators. In the previous videos, I have discussed about operators, very basic. Today I'll be picking conditional operators. Language to language it might change. In C, C++, Java, and C hash, we have 6 conditional operators. Equals to operator, not equal to operator, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to. These are the 6 conditional operators. What is that we need to remember? 2 plus 3, it results in 5. Whereas conditional operators ends up in the result of true or false. Some languages go with 1 representing true, 0 representing false. Some languages might give you yes or no result. All these 3 things end up in Boolean data type. There is one more video about data types in which I have discussed only on 2 data types, int, char. So this is the third one, which is Boolean data type, supported in Java, C#, and JavaScript. C and C++ language doesn't have the data type Boolean, but they represent true as 1, 0 as false. One more thing to remember, especially in C and C++ language, C and C++ is always my favorite. In C and C++ language, 0 represents false, non-zero represents true. 0 represents false, non-zero represents true. Good. Conditional statements, if else, switch, supported by major languages like C, C++, Java, C#, Python, PHP, and more. But for now, I'll be restricting to these languages. When we deep dive into those languages, we'll learn it later. If I want to write conditional operators, we need conditional statements need conditional operators, and we have 6 operators. Equals to operator, not equals to, greater, greater than or equal to, lesser than, lesser than. And all these operators end up in the result, which is Boolean, in the form of true or false, 1 or 0, yes or no. And this note is specific to the language C and C++. 0 represents false, non-zero represents true. Keep this note, we might require it later. Now, this will be a simple if example. So what is that we need to know is the syntax first. This is the syntax of simple if. If in completely lowercase based on the language. In C, C++, Java, C#, JavaScript, it is completely lowercase. If the condition flower bracket open will have the statements to execute, statement or statements, and then this is one of the syntax. You might even encounter the other syntax if round bracket condition semicolon, or without flower bracket you might find statement. Very clear. Try to understand the difference between the flower bracket and without flower bracket. If it is flower bracket, you can have statement or statements. If there is no flower bracket, you will not find semicolon here. It will be only one statement. It cannot be statements. This is the basic syntax of it. Now it's time to know how does it execute. If the condition is true, it executes. If the condition is false, it won't execute. And here comes the syntax of AMP script. If you want, you can Google it. This is the syntax of the language AMP script. If, then comes the condition, then we don't have flower bracket in this language at all. We have statements here, statement or statements. You have to go with the keyword end. So AMP script is not case sensitive. AMP script is not case sensitive language. Is not case sensitive language. But anywhere if I write, I'll go with this best practice. All the keywords of the AMP script function names, I usually type in uppercase. So if someone wants to type like this, if condition, then statements, because there is no flower bracket in this language, both are same and it works perfectly fine. No round bracket required initially. So the entire training is concentrated towards Salesforce Marketing Cloud technologies, especially the languages like AMP script, SSJS, GTL. So this training is also, I might explain many languages syntaxes, but the working will be the same. You might see some variations in the syntax. Good. So let's see the working of simple if. Condition is true, it executes. Condition is false, it won't execute. True, executed. False, don't execute it. In the next video, we'll discuss about if else, and the third video we'll try to discuss on switch statement. So let me show you one simple example on the execution of simple if with the support of C language and with the support of JavaScript language. I know it's very small, but I'll increase the size later. conditional examples, examples. Simple if dot C program. Don't worry about any other statement. I know the window is very small, but I'll try my best to zoom it and explain it. Concentrate on this part. Okay. The beauty of this tool, why do I use usually this tool is keywords are in white color. And it is a case sensitive language. All these lines which I write before or after if else, don't worry. Just concentrate on the working of if else. So I will take some variables like num1, num2. I'm just trying to take two inputs. Enter two numbers. And if you are new to this language and if you're watching this video later, remember this, you will be concentrating on the if line or the if statement to be specific. Num1 is equal to 0. This is the conditional operator used to compare it. You can compare anything. I'll just write hello world. I know there is no meaning for this execution, but you should concentrate on how it works. This line, which I've written as hello all, will execute only if this num1 is 0. Let me save this. Sorry. Now observe the screen. I'll enter two numbers. Don't worry about two numbers. Concentrate on the first one. 0, 10. The first number is 0, means I should expect the output as hello all. You can see that. I'll go with any other number. 12 is the first number. Now I don't see the output. Can you see this? Let me execute line by line for your understanding. I'll take the input. 12 is the first number, 45 is the second number. 12, you have to compare this. 12 is equal to 0. It will end up in the result true or false. In C and C++, it is 1 or 0. 12 is equal to 0. False represents 0. It won't work. See the jump? It did not execute hello all. Okay? Now I'm running it again. I'll give the number 0 for the first one. 0 is equal to 0. Num1 is a variable, so there is a video on variable also. Variable stores the value given by the user. So num1 is having 0. 0 is equal to 0. True. Execute hello all and then more. So this is how a simple if works in any language. True, execute it. False, don't execute it. Clear? This I have completed with simple if, but I would like to show with one more language known as JavaScript. So let me open a notepad for this, and the same program, I'll try to write it in JavaScript. And to run JavaScript, There will be a separate video which will be given to you people to know. But for now, concentrate on simple things. So I'll go with variable number is equal to prompt. This is how we'll take the input. Enter the number. Enter the number. If the given number is equal to 0, give me an alert. Every language will have its own printing statement. So alert is the statement here. If the given number is equal to 0, it should print hello all. This alert will be printed no matter what. That is end of program. If I want to run this, I need to save it in a known location. I'll try to save it in developer team. I'll call this one as simple if dot HTML. It will be an HTML code. Let's see developer team. Simple if, right click, open in your favorite browser. You can see this. I need to give the number 12. If this executes, 12 is not 0. I'm still wondering what happened. Script. I need to check with this. Alert, end of program, alert. Prompt is working. So we can do one more thing. That is developer options. More tools. And then developer tools. Num is not defined. So there is an error in my program. So I need to change my program code. Here it is num1, here it is num. Sorry. Let me save this. I'll go back to now. 12 is not 0. End of program. Just refresh it, it runs. I'll give 0. 0 is equal to 0. You'll get this hello all. And end of program. So let me show you people how to use debugging in JavaScript. It is debugger or debug, I'm not sure. I have forgot the word debug. Let me try with that word. Debug semicolon. Debug is not defined. Okay. Okay. Now we have debugger. Watch my screen. We have watch here. We have breakpoints, global. Let me open the code here. Here is the code. You can see this. The value what I've given, you can check it here. Can you see this? If I take the mouse over it, it will show me the value, which is 25, but it is in double quotes. That's fine. We have F8 resume script. We have F10. We have F11. And we have F9. I want to go with each step. I'll click on this. Now, is it true or false? It's false. You can see the jump what happened, and you'll see end of program. Now, let me run it again. Prompt, I'll give 0, stored in this variable. You can see this 0 is equal to 0. It is true, it is trying to execute this line. You can see the alert. Next, end of row. End of program will execute whether it is true or false. Whether it is true or false. Hope you're clear. So with this, we have completed simple if. Thank you very much for watching this video.